All right, hello, what is up? Video number 2, we're on the grind. I say that, and the last video was like a week ago, but it's because my phone was bad. My phone did not have enough storage, so that's why we had to take a little break from YouTube, but we're back. We just got off a shift. Welcome to upper day. Today's an upper day. I know last video we hit a pull day, and I did say we were gonna hit legs. Now hear me out, okay? My phone, like I said, didn't have storage. I've hit legs in the last couple days. Trust me, I hit legs. The next video should hopefully be a leg day though. This is an upper day. Now why am I switching to upper? All right, I'm still in my work clothes, so it's time for like a quick little transition. Boom, we're in the auspicious boulevard. I did a lot of yapping in the previous video, so you might be asking, why am I hitting an upper day? And honestly, the answer is because I just want to get stronger. All right, so the thing with PPL, right, is you don't get a lot of frequency. Now, even though I hit PPL with almost no rest, even though that's probably not the best thing, it's just not very great when it comes to training every single muscle. I've probably hit legs 2 or 3 times in continuation. I'm not getting stronger on legs. That's just how it is. So I'm switching to upper lower. Why? Because I want to grow in strength. I want to get stronger. I also want to build muscle as effectively as possible. Now, the thing is with upper lower, your sleep needs to be pretty optimized, which mine's not. So I'm gonna test it out, and we're gonna see how optimized I can make this split. Now, the main thing with upper lower that I don't like is how long the sessions are. With PPL, I can pretty much just get out of the gym in like 45 minutes, maybe an hour max, if I'm like taking super long rest periods. You know, on days that I may wanna go a little bit heavier than usual. Now, with upper, like I am today, I'm hitting up EOS Fitness. Now, typically I don't really go here, so I don't know how bad the crowd is gonna be or how packed the gym's gonna be. But it's 5 p.m. on a Wednesday, so I'm assuming it's gonna be like as bad as LA Fitness. I'm gonna hope that I can actually record all of it. But yeah, main thing is for today that I wanna focus on, it's gonna be a chest focused upper day. Basically what that means is I'm just gonna be working my chest first instead of my back. So we're gonna go chest, biceps, shoulders, and then back. Or we could interchange the shoulders and back, either or. But the point is, to do chest, you have to work out, then switch to back so I have more time to recover from my bigger muscles. Hence why I'm doing chest and back. But that's the goal for today. Rep ranges is gonna be like 3 to 6, anywhere in that range. So I'm gonna be going pretty heavy. Maybe not on like shoulders, but arms and chest and back, obviously we're gonna be going pretty heavy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I am pretty tired, a little bit bloated as well. I just slammed like a Publix sandwich, and a bagel the day before. So if you guys don't know what that is, Publix is like a grocery store here in Florida. My girlfriend recently put me onto it. Super good. The sandwiches are like $10 and they're like this big. They're ginormous. But yeah, very, very good. And yeah, let's get this upper day. I'm gonna hit up the gas station. That's why I have this camera angle up. I'm gonna hit up the gas station, get some goodies. I'll show you guys what I get. I'm feeling a bucked up energy drink or C4. Both are okay. A Gatorade, a Mega Rice Krispie bar, and like a normal size Rice Krispie. I'm so hungry, I haven't ate all day. I should take that back. I had 3 rice cakes earlier. Also, another thing is, this is a new gym for me. So the machines and the actual rep ranges are gonna be, the machines and the actual weight's gonna be different because I have like a 1 week free pass at EOS that I'm not really tracking at the moment. I'm tracking my my sets and my reps. I'm kind of just going in, mental note, off memory what I did last session, trying to go hard. You should always track your weight though, and track your reps and stuff. Before I go to the gas station, always track your weight and your reps, because I feel like whenever you don't do that, now that I'm going to EOS and I'm trying out like the gym without tracking anything, it's so difficult to actually gauge how I'm doing. So today, for example, I'm on about 4 hours of sleep. I'm tired. I haven't slept, I haven't ate, nothing. So I can tell the session's not gonna be the best. Now, if I was going in on a full night of sleep, 100 grams of carbs, energy drink, and my session didn't go as planned, that's alarming. But if I look at the logbook, the tracking weight, if I look at the logbook and I beat it, I grew. I went up 1 rep, I went up 1 set, sorry, I went up 1 rep, I went up in weight. Always track your reps. That's one thing I would recommend to any new lifter. Always track your reps. You don't track your reps, you're just going to the gym, just trying to do whatever. Why consume so many carbs? Why eat so much food without even tracking your training? It's kind of useless in my opinion. You don't have to get a whole logbook or a notebook and write it down. I'll throw up a screenshot right here. Genuinely, I have a notes app. I put in there the date, the gym I'm going to. I go to my gym. I also go to LA Fitness, like I said. And I put the date, the gym, the exercise. I have like a separate log for each. So let's say I'm doing pec fly. So I put a chest log. August 12th. Weight. First set. Any notes I have for myself. Whether I went up or down or no change. As you go to the gym, like I said, I did PPL. I still am. PPL, no rest. My sessions aren't always going to be the most optimized. I'm probably not getting any rest. I would always recommend at least 1 rest day. I know I'm not adhering by that rule. That's why I'm switching to upper lower. To hopefully take a rest day tomorrow and hit lower on Friday. Whether or not I'm going to film that, I don't know. But you guys will see a leg day next, hopefully. And yeah. Little haul of what I got. So they had a BOGO for bucked up. Boom. I'm gonna put that right there actually. Alright, we got white gummy deer, the most close to Monster white, which is my favorite energy drink ever. Boom. Then we got a little bit of a lesson for you guys. We got an intro workout. Now look, don't look at the back. No, it says 36 grams of sugar. Trust me, if you guys lift, this is essential. Maybe you don't need that much sugar, but if you're in a crunch, trust me, you need this. Alright, Gatorade, 140 calories, 36 grams of carbs, 200 sodium, perfect. Oh, 80 potassium, insane deep low. Anyway, then we got, of course, pre-workout carbs, most essential if I can get it out the bag. We got Mega Bar, Rice Krispie, boom. Then on the back we have the actual facts. We got 20 grams of sugar, 48 grams of carbs, boom. Anything for carb loading. We got also an original 150 calories, 29 grams of carbs. I can't read. This together is about 80 grams of carbs. I recently upped my carb intake from 50 to like 80 just because I want. And also doing upper day today, like I said. So I need more carbs. And yeah, I'll see you guys inside the gym. I think I've already explained everything. Upper day, let's get it. All right, here we are in the gym. Hello. Here I'm just warming up for my top set. And excuse me, I just got off work, so my voice might be a little bit tired. But here I'm warming up for my top set. That weight was a little bit too light. Somebody was using the pec flies, you can see in the back, so I had to switch to like this buns of a flat press. This thing is not converging, so the resistance on it is really bad. I went a little bit heavier here. I probably should have stayed at that weight, but here I'm warming up for my top set. Doing a little bit of stretching here. Boom. All right, I don't know how many I got here, but here I'm just trying to kind of flare out my elbows as much as I can. Like I said, mentioned before, this is not the best machine, so I'm just trying to get a really big stretch in my pecs. Boom. I think I got like 2 more here. Oh, boom. Good amount of weight here. I think I feel right here. Yeah, pretty good set. Here's my second set. Here we go. All right, boom. I think here this machine was just really difficult and kind of hard on my wrists. Typically I do a pec fly because I have a good kind of squeeze in my pecs. I'm not a big guy on like the pumper squeeze, but I think it really does matter when you train chest, for me at least. I want to be feeling like the mid pec when I'm training, and I think this set was pretty good here. I think I lowered the weight a little bit, pushing to failure here obviously as I do in all my training. Boom, pretty good set. All right, I think here the machine was great. It was just my arm path that was throwing me off a little bit. I didn't like how my elbows kind of went from tucked to not tucked. As you'll see here in this clip, my AirPod almost fell out. But first couple reps were great. I'm just not used to an incline machine, but I wanted to try it out this time because I struggle a lot with keeping my elbows tucked in during any incline movement. So I wanted to be stuck to a machine where the path would remain consistent. Your upper pec does grow from shoulder flexion. All right, here we are, second set here. That first set was pretty good. This set was a little bit better in my opinion. I went for less reps, but I really tried to lock in that form. And here we are, I think that's 4 and 5. There we go. And I think I failed right here. Yeah, I was kind of just gave up there. All right, now here we are in preacher curls. Here, I was really just trying to do a little bit of schizo reps, but I was really just trying to lower the weight here. Typically, I would do a plate in 25, but I lowered it down to a plate and a 10. One, because it's a new gym, and two, because I really wanted to just go for a better set. Usually I don't. As you see here, I'm kind of putting my thumbs out, if that kind of makes sense. Kind of gripping the bar in the underhand, like typical motion. Typically I'd have my thumbs around the bar, but today I wanted to have it out to see how it affected my set, and it really did. It was a lot more difficult on my biceps, which I kind of liked. So here I am trying to get this last rep. Always good a failure on the preacher curls. If you can, don't be scared. All right, here we go. Second set here. Trying to really lock in, trying to move the bar a little bit. Here we go again with the thumbless grip, I guess you could call it. This really does help a lot. I'm definitely going to start incorporating this in my main preacher curls. Definitely was a lot more tensed in my bicep area, as you should be. Typically, I will try to kind of use my wrist to get the weight up, if that kind of makes sense. But this really just eliminated that factor, in my opinion. Maybe it won't work for you, but for me, it worked. So yeah, pretty good set here. I think I tried to fail. Yeah, there we go. Put it down. Pretty good weight, pretty good set. Here we're on to hammer curls. Now, the only issue with this is my hips started cramping up. I have really bad hips. So when I do hammer curls and my legs are really close, my hips start to cramp up. So other than that, my AirPods were being really annoying today. They just kept falling out. I'm not sure why. And overall, this just didn't feel like a good movement. I'm not sure why hammer curls are usually fun for me, but maybe it was my hips cramping up and it was just annoying me. So this is the only set I actually did. So I'm just gonna, this is like a bad set. So I just wanted to leave it in though, just to give you guys, you know, some pointers on every set may not be the best. So yeah, this was a pretty bun set indeed, but it's okay. Here we are. Okay, onto machine lateral raise. I'm gonna try and hurry up here. Here I'm setting it up, and I'm using the Echo Vision cuffs, if you'll see here. I'm not using the handles because it's very rough on my wrist. So as you guys see here, I'm putting the Echo cuff, the D-ring, through the actual handle here. So really good setup, a little bit tedious, but trust me, it's very worth it. Because as you'll see here in this clip, I can grip onto the other handle with my hand, obviously, but it just completely takes out the wrist factor. I really do cable lateral raises, but they had this machine here, so I had to abuse it. It was such a good machine. I really wish my LA Fitness had this Arsenal machine. It's so good. But if you do use this machine, I'd recommend using like some sort of like D handle, anything, because the actual handles themselves are quite harsh on the wrists. So this just really completely takes out the wrist out of the equation. I'm ego lifting a little bit here because the weight felt a little bit light, but also kind of heavy at the same time. So like I said in the previous video, or earlier in the video, that I'm not really tracking my weight here because it's a new gym. So yeah, I'm just kind of using the machine, having fun with it. Here I'm in my left hand, just trying to get the setup in. Man, that's difficult. All right, here we go. Sorry about the camera angle here. I didn't want to get in people's way because EOS is super packed. Like I said earlier, it's gonna be really packed. So I'm just kind of keeping my arm kind of bent here, maybe about 80 degrees, not fully locked out like 90 degrees. And I'm just really trying to keep my arms sweeping to the side. That's one thing. I know a lot of people say to sweep it. Some people say don't sweep it. I'd recommend you just sweep your arm to the side, kind of to the corners of the room. Slight bend, there we go, failing there. Pretty good set. Alright, here I can really show what I do with the cuffs. So I put the two D-rings through the handle, and I put my arm, my wrist in the middle, and then boom, that's it. That's all you do for the setup. Takes a little bit of time, but very worth it. Here I am. I think I tried to brace my core here more compared to before. I was kind of swinging. So here I really was trying to focus on staying stabilized and just trying to get the sets in. Boom. I failed a little bit earlier here. Not sure why. There we go, my AirPod again. I failed a little bit earlier here. I think because I was ego lifting on the last set. Boom. That was a really great set in my opinion. Here I'm my left hand, better angle. Really happy I got to get this angle here. So here I'm, like I said, slight bend in the arms, but really just trying to keep my wrist and locked so I can get a good positioning. And I was ego lifting here like crazy, but it's okay. I don't really mind ego lifting on these because sometimes lateral raises can get really annoying. So would I recommend it? Probably not. All right, here we are on lat pull downs. Pretty good shoulder session. Here we are on lat pull downs. And oh, look at that carb swishing. I'll make a video on that some other day. But here we are, first set, pretty lightweight. Anyway, carb swishing really quick. I can go over it. If you swish some carbs in your mouth, kind of like swish it around left to right, it'll help signal to your mouth receptors that your effort is a lot lower, so your perceived effort is lower. It actually does work. You can look it up. Pretty minute, but it just gives you a nice sugary taste in your mouth, which I enjoy. So there we go, first set here. pretty good sets, honestly. This felt really good to move. I did go for, I think, 5 or 6 here. Oh, there's 5. So yeah, this was a really good set, honestly. I think the grip was perfect. My range of motion was also really great here. I think I failed on the 7th one right here. Oh, never mind. I got it. Let's go. All right, first set went pretty well. Second set here, kind of going for the same thing. I think I lowered the weight, or I think I upped it by 1, either or. But I do think I swung a lot more on this one, which is okay. I just tried to really drive my arms down. That's one thing I really focus on. Sometimes I'll lock out my arms, even though you shouldn't. Like I always say, you shouldn't go all the way up for your lat pull downs, but sometimes I do. That was a pretty good set. A little bit less reps there, but it felt good. So, all right, here we are on a lat pullover machine. Now this pullover machine, I've never had it. I saw it had a seatbelt, as you see here in this clip. I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, it was honestly really good, but it felt really heavy. This is like, what, 50 pounds? This felt like I was moving a train. It was very heavy. I'm not sure why. You can see here by my face. It's pretty rough here. But I'm really just trying to bring my arms down. The thing with the upper lats, or what we're trying to target here in the sagittal plane, you really want to just keep your arms as kind of neutral as possible and driving it as close to your lats as possible. So here, I'm really just trying to drive my arms down. I'm not trying to flare them out. I'm not trying to tuck them in too much. Really just trying to drive them down in the sagittal plane, which is the vertical plane, I guess you could say. So yeah, here I am, boom. Honestly, this felt pretty good. It might not look the best, but I really did get like a good stretch in my lats there. And pretty good set, honestly. And I only did 1 set of that because I'm doing an upper day. Here we are on like a T-bar row, I guess you could say, or a horizontal row. Here I am trying to warm up. The machine angle is a little bit sus here, I can't lie. I don't know why the seat's like that, but you guys know what I mean. Anyway, here I am. I did go a lot heavier on this machine because I wanted to get some Kelso shrugs in there. So here we are. Whenever I fail, I kind of just go for some Kelso shrugs. Right here, I think I fail on my rows, so I just start doing Kelso shrugs after. Oh, never mind. Not this set. I think in this set right here we go. Second set, I think I started doing some Kelso shrugs. So here I'm really trying to accentuate, if you guys see my elbows, I'm really trying to accentuate the stretch of the traps and the stretch of the rhomboids here. That's really how you grow them. Stretch them out a lot. Kelso shrugs right here. Now I have no clue how to do Kelso shrugs. I'm really just going off looks here. But here, that was the workout. All right, and here is the pump for the day. Once again, I am bulking, so be a little bit easier on me. Hello, welcome. This is the end of the video. Yes, I'm home. Little room tour, I'm joking. But yes, I'm home now. I'm starting to record like an outro like I did in the previous video. I feel like it was a little bit too long last video, so I kind of wanted to just like say bye and like in my room. Anyways, so I'm sorry if that voiceover wasn't very informative. I tried to make it the most like authentic and informative version I could. I feel like in the last video I kind of went too in detail with like the too technical. I wanted to just like give you guys like my honest thoughts and my honest processes on what I do. Hopefully it'll help you. But yeah, pretty fun lift. EOS was definitely packed. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the lifts. Leg day soon, hopefully. I say that 2nd day in a row. But leg day hopefully soon. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you guys.